Morning, everybody. Welcome to the podcast, the Taylor James Lifestyle Show. I'm Taylor, and today's episode is going to be about discipline. I woke up this morning not wanting to fucking do shit, and that's why we're going to talk about discipline today, because as you can see, I did some shit this morning, some shit I really didn't want to do, and it was one of those sessions, man, where it was like everything was fighting me the whole way. Getting geared up for cardio. The elliptical was having fits, and everything could have been, a reason to not get going on cardio. Oh, I'm fucking tired. Oh, the elliptical's not working well. Like, all that shit, It's all an excuse, and if you allow yourself to, yourself will excuse the fuck out of everything you need to do, and I'm guilty of it too. That's kind of the reason why I'm doing this episode, is because I struggle with that shit all the time, dude. I struggle big time with maintaining discipline, and I think we all do. It kind of whether it's a workout regimen, a diet. Doing the chores around the house, or the shit we're supposed to do, the shit that we know we have to do. Oh, fuck. I think we saw that. Didn't you guys see the cap fucking just go flying on me? And it's kind of shitty because the bottom of this thing, it froze. And now it's not round, or it's round, not flat anymore. We'll just have to be careful, but got some electrolytes in there, a little bit of caffeine, a little more caffeine. Caffeine tolerance is super high these days, and it takes a lot to just feel alive. But anyways, so discipline, man. That is, with discipline, it's fucking magical, really. I think, and maybe the way that I operate is maybe I go in waves, Lately in life, it's been a little hectic, and so some of the things that I've normally been disciplined on in the past have been affected by the chaos of life and business. And so discipline and lifestyle choices and changes and shit like that have been heavy on my mind. And so I'm, that's why I'm like, let's do a pod on discipline here. I'm getting back into kind of something that I was out of for a while. And that's having a six pack. And for those of you who don't naturally have a six pack, like myself, I'm not a natural six pack kind of guy. For guys like me, and if you're one of guys like me, it's difficult. It's fucking work, man, and it takes a lot of discipline. Sorry, we just had to get a old fucking Zinnerino put in. It takes discipline to get to, especially when I'm talking about a six pack, man. It gets tough. You got to diet. You got to, and consistency is the key to that. Discipline along with consistency. Cut out sugar, no sodas, rarely carbs. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, you have to do all the exercise. Well, I have to do all the exercises that aren't my absolute favorite. Anything that's not a chest exercise isn't my favorite. So it's work, But that kind of goes, with like, well, what do you want in life? What do you want from yourself? And if you want it, then no challenge is too much, But having discipline is it's like the ability to motivate yourself when you are unmotivated. or to do shit that you're supposed to do when you're unmotivated, to do it anyways. And, I kind of struggle, especially these last few years, being in business because, you go from being an employee to an employer or self-employed, and you start realizing that you hold everybody else accountable, but nobody's really holding you accountable. And so if if you want to sleep in, if you want to show up late, leave early, that is the type of shit that will quietly destroy you, because you're not going to get a talking to. I mean, maybe if you work for clients like I do, if I don't show up, sometimes I do get phone calls. But on the other side of that, it's my company, my business. I can do whatever I want. And a lot of times, we like to do the things we like to do. We don't like to do the things we don't like to do. And so, yeah, we, but those things that we don't want to do are super necessary for so many different reasons, whether that's your fitness, whether that's your finances, whether that's your home life. Discipline is one of the keys to success, in my belief. And, I have this clip. I can probably play the audio from it. Sorry, work email just came through. I have this video I want to play the audio from because it talks about discipline. I just got to get to it. Yo, check us out on fucking Instagram, guys. Check us out on fucking Instagram, dude. We got motherfucker like me's got 4 Instagrams. Check me out at Eligibility. That's ELGIBILTY. Just got some weird alien noises in my headphones, dude. That was trippy. For those of you that don't know, I live in Alaska, and Harp is just up the road. Just kidding. I'm sure that has nothing to do with it. Sorry. You got to go through all fucking 18 Instagrams to find this clip that I sent myself. Man, maybe I sent it to somebody else. Sorry, guys. I'll have to probably edit this out. Whoa, dude. Man, Instagram's a trap, dog. Instagram's a trap. As soon as you open it, motherfucker's like, ooh, what's that? Ooh, what's that? Sorry, I'm almost to it, I think. I'll have to edit this shit out. Okay, found it. Okay, so this is the audio. This is a clip from JRE, the Joe Rogan Experience, and Joe Rogan is talking about a few things. So I'll just put the audio in here, and yeah.
The question is, what are 3 things that you think an individual should do every day to ultimately become a good contributing member of society?
I think, first of all, you need to take control of your own health. And by doing that, I think you need to take control of your diet. You need to take control of your exercise routine, and not just your health physically, but your health mentally. What do you consume? In terms of, like, what are you getting from social media to what books are you reading? What are you consuming? Health. That's number 1. I think everyone needs discipline. You need voluntary adversity, things that you force yourself to do to make yourself stronger. Whether it is cold plunging, sauna, yoga, exercise routines, difficult things to do. And 3, you need a passion. You need a thing that you do that you love. When you find a thing that you do that you love and you get better at it, I think those things become a vehicle for developing your human potential. And I think it makes you a better person overall. Those 3 things, I think if everyone could just apply those 3 things, you'll be a better person, you'll be a better human being, you'll be a better American.
Damn, he said. Damn, he said. That was a shout out to, sorry, let me just pull it up. Tim Kennedy, entrepreneur, Green Beret, all kind. Dude's the man. Tim Kennedy's the shit. And yeah, they put that little clip out on Tim Kennedy's Instagram. Came across that, and I was like, man, Joe was so right. You know, and to kind of hone in on one of the things he said to do hard shit to make ourselves stronger. You know, it's kind of like if you were to go to the gym once a month and lift like a 30-pound weight, you'd be like, man, this is fucking heavy. Every time you go in the gym, that 30-pound weight, once a month you're going in the gym and you're lifting that 30-pound weight. You're like, fuck, this is heavy. But you're only doing it like once a month or once every 2 months or 3 months. And so you're never building strength. You're never getting stronger by doing it inconsistently like that. And so you need to practice being like getting stronger. And I think I did a pod recently about, what was it? It was just like who we are and who we want to be and being unhappy with our situations and getting to a better place. And discipline is a key factor in that. Discipline is a key factor in just about everything that you'll ever do in life if you want to do more than what you're doing now, you know. And I'm sure that if you didn't have discipline, you wouldn't be where you are now. Discipline comes in many different forms, guys, you know, whether it's, you know, partying or drinking or smoking weed or taking care of your dogs or your family, your kids. We all have a responsibility to maintain our discipline in our lives for ourselves and for the people in our lives. And yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it, you know. And guys, when I'm saying things like this, a lot of times, and I might have said this on here before, I can't remember, but I am saying these things to myself as well. You know what I mean? These are reaffirming the thoughts that I have in my mind, and kind of, you know, pep talking myself in some cases as well, but also pep talking anybody that needs it. You know, anybody that wants to be on the receiving end of this energy. You know, that's what I'm here to do, is put out positive, growth-oriented, you know, personal excellence-oriented content that hopefully will affect your life in a very positive way. And the more that we do it, the more that we put this content out there and talk, and hopefully the better we get. I definitely feel like I've grown doing this podcast and just on social in general. But again, podcasting for me was kind of a hobby. Like one of the third thing that Joe said, a passion. You know, this was sort of a passion to start with, but I want more from it. I want more. I want to be able to help more. I want to be able to reach more people and grow a channel and really grow a community that can make some impactful change on people's lives and hopefully on the planet. You know, on this whole entire Earth. Whether you believe it's flat or round, you know, either way. But I need to be more disciplined with this podcast. And I need to do it when I don't feel like doing it. I need to, and that is the case for lots of the projects in my life, you know, whether it's a construction project or a fitness project I'm working on or a podcast project or whatever, a house project. Like, I know that I'm capable of more. And in my mind, what that's going to take is more discipline. I have to work harder when I don't want to. And, you know, the other thing too is like, sometimes I think we build these things up in our head. We build these like situations up in our head. Like I gotta go I gotta go basically finish a project that I've been working on for a little while, construction project. And I'm like, fuck, I don't want to, you know. It's cold out. I'm just like over it. It's an outside project. I'd way rather record podcasts all day or fucking play on the computer. Not play, but like work on the computer, website design, shit like that, research. But I have a commitment, and I made a commitment to somebody as far as a project goes, and I need to hold good on my word and make sure that project gets done good and properly, and then we can get paid and move on to the next project. But I'm, in my mind, I'm working it up as this thing in my mind, as far as like, I have to go do this. I don't want to, but it's as soon as I get there and start working, I'm gonna kind of forget about that. Once I get into the heat of the moment and start grinding, I will start to kind of enjoy it. And the other day I had said something in a podcast, and it's just resonated with me over the last few days. And it was that, if you watched the last podcast, you heard me mention Alex Hormozy and something that he had said. And it really, really hit home with me, because a lot of times I find myself getting so caught up in the end goal, right? Like, fuck, it's so far away, or fuck, I'm never going to make it, and I get stressed out. And then you almost get to the point of like, well, why do anything? It's so far away, like, well, why? It's fucking forever away. It's never going to happen. You get in this negative mindset. And so what Alex Hormozy is saying is, it's not about the end goal. It's about the action. And if you can focus on the action and execute and be disciplined about your execution on those actions, then, and keeping that end goal maybe subconsciously in mind, but not at the forefront of your mind. You want to keep those actions at the forefront of your mind and keep knocking those actions out, and kind of just forget that you have an end goal for a little bit, right? You don't want to always forget about it, but sometimes you really got to get out there and grind. And that's kind of the mode that I'm in right now. It's like, I need to get out there and grind. I need to stop dreaming and like thinking about the future and the 10 and 20 year plans. But it takes discipline, and it's a perishable skill as well. That's the other thing. I've noticed too, being in business, for me, it's relatively new. It's only been a few years for me, and it is hectic. It is stressful. It is unpredictable, chaotic. It's fun. It's amazing. It's rewarding. It is everything that life has to offer. I think every emotion, every feeling, anger, pain, growth, strength, you know what I mean? Love, like, it's all of these things. It's everything, but it's a lot of everything all at once, and it's hectic. And again, you like in my situation, I was able to have my freedom, and with freedom and no discipline, that equals destruction. But if you have freedom and if you have freedom and discipline, that can be construction, right? That will build, that will allow you to take your free time that you're disciplined with and build something from it. And that's a big lesson that I've learned in business is, I worked in the oil field. I worked at 12-hour towers is what we call them on drilling rigs. And so like you'd get off work at 6 or noon or whatever, and the other crew would come on, and it was a 24-hour operation. And so you'd get off work and say you were right in the middle of a project. A lot of times, the next crew would come on tower and they would finish that project, and you'd come to work and that project would be done. And so like you go to sleep and come back and, oh, thank God they got that done. I was fucking really not wanting to do that, Well, in business, especially starting out, like in my situation, it was just me, and so it's like if I'm not out getting shit done, executing, maintaining discipline, nothing's happening. Money's not coming in, work's not getting done, growth isn't happening. And, like they say, if you're not growing, you're dying. And so, in my case, it was extremely important for me to hone in on that skill. And over the last couple of years, I've said, I've let a couple things slip. And as I learn and as I grow in business, I learn how to, balance my energy output. And that's essentially it. My energy output is huge. And that's, dealing with people, whether it's friends or like a girlfriend type of thing, or like work relationship, you know what I mean? Like maintaining a energy, like a balanced energy output is super important. It's like being in business, being self-employed. And again, I'm not doing anything huge, right? I'm just doing some pretty average stuff. But for me, being new to it and learning, it's a lot. And so, staying on top of your game is super important in learning and growing and essentially taking mental notes, learning the lessons that the universe has to teach you. But yeah, man, it's all about getting a little bit better every day. Like I was saying on the last pod, if you can get 0.5%, dude, even even if it's 0.1%, you know what I mean? If like you're getting that much better every day, and you're compounding, you know what I mean? A guy was telling me, or a lot of guys, in my guys I follow and guys I listen to, that I look up to in business. They make checklists, whether one guy calls it a get shit done list. That's Bedros Cooley, and he calls it the GSD list or whatever. Andy Frisella calls it the power list. Another guy, can't remember his name, but he calls it, his checklist or something. And so, it's a daily checklist, and basically what it allows you to do is like, okay, these are the things I have to do. And we'll call this list the discipline list, right? These are my 5 things that I have to do today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And what happens is if you're getting all of these in one day, that's great. But you probably need to figure out a way to add more challenge to that list. But even if you're getting one of these things done every day, you're still winning. You know what I mean? And as you get more and more done every day and more days in a row, your winning days turn into winning weeks, turn into winning months, turn into winning years, decades, so on. And so structuring your discipline is really important as well. And that's something that I struggle with, is like, there's absolutely no way I can keep all of the things I want to keep in my brain. And so I have to make lists, you know what I mean? I have to use my phone. I have to use Siri to like, hey, remind me of this, remind me of that, and basically just to essentially keep this list and these wins going, you know what I mean? Checking off these boxes on that list. You gotta kind of implement systems for yourself and what works best for you. And it can be tough, but I'm here to help, guys, and I'll say that in every podcast because that's the truth. I want to help you be successful just as much as I want myself to be successful. So if you need help coming up with some sort of system or some kind of or you just want to brainstorm, man, I'm all about brainstorming. Get in touch with me. We can talk, help you come up with ideas, maybe solve some problems you're working on. But other than that, you just need to be disciplined and committed to what you're doing. Commitment is a big part of discipline as well. If you're not committed to something, there's not really much of a chance that you'll want to be disciplined to that thing or about it or whatever. So when you're, and again, energy output, it's like, what do you want for yourself? What do you want for your life? You know what I mean? If you're going to put all this work into something, put some work into thinking about what you want before you start putting work into doing it. Because when, we do shit we don't want to do or aren't like passionate about, and then we try to force ourselves to be super disciplined about it, and we're not committed. It's just, it'll make you stronger, but again, you don't want to waste a bunch of energy putting it into something that's not going to reward you for all your hard work, But with that being said, guys, I'm going to hop off here. Got to get moving. Got to get out the field and start working. Get some more caffeine in me. And, Other than that, guys, we're fucking executing. But with that being said, guys, I'm going to hop off here. I'm a little groggy this morning. Even though I did cardio, I'm just like, ugh. I think I need more caffeine. But, thanks for watching, guys. We will be coming at you shortly with some more content. I'm going to be more disciplined about it. I'm going to be putting out content a lot more regularly. So stay tuned for that. Again, find us on Instagram. Illustrious Coaching on Instagram. Eligibility. It's like eligibility, but it's ELG ability. We got LGTV, which that's the Instagram and the YouTube. And then, of course, we got North Coast Contracting on Facebook and Instagram. We are on TikTok. Illustrious Fitness is on TikTok. North Coast Contracting is on TikTok, posting content. Hopefully, we're trying to post helpful content. North Coast, we've been doing tips and tricks, just like tips for construction tips. So if you ever need some help with that, check us out on TikTok, see if we got something for you. And then shortly we'll be coming out with some more content for Illustrious, kind of probably going to do something similar, fitness tips and tricks and stuff like that, with hopefully a little added value in some other ways. So thank you guys very much. Love you guys, man. Appreciate you guys listening, watching, liking and subscribing. It's it really helps, and I know it. I'm probably just another guy on your screen that's saying, hey, can you like and subscribe and follow me on platforms? And I'm trying to change the world, guys. It's gonna take years, but this is where we're starting right now. And so if you could help me, just help me get the word out there. Help me grow this channel. Help me grow the podcast. Help me grow these life-changing companies that are gonna really impact people's lives. So if you could, share the podcast and like and subscribe, it's greatly appreciated. But if you don't find value in what I'm saying, then I respect it. And if you don't follow, that's fine too. But if you do find value, please share it with your friends, like and subscribe. Other than that, I'm out of here, guys. Victory to everybody. Much love and appreciation. We'll talk to you guys soon. Later.